Hi, this is Christine with Eidman Development. Today I'd like to walk you through the Salsa Engage data source, specifically focusing on the activity type of petitions. I already have Importacular pulled up on my screen, and I've already selected the Salsa Engage data source and the activity type of petitions. You can see that here. I have also backdated my fetch activity from in order to have sample data to pull through for this demonstration. But just so you know, the fetch activity from will default to the last time you opened this particular activity type. The fetch activity to will default to when you actually opened it. So let's go ahead and click OK and get started. Once our data is downloaded, then we will be able to select our template. So I've got one already set up for our petitions. And let's go ahead and click on the pencil here so that we can edit and view that template. Just as a reminder, we do have several other training videos that will walk you through creating your first template, including the constituent mapping and the address mapping. A few things that you can see here is that I did map my constituent. I have a constituent code, I have an email opt-in consent record, and I have an email opt-out consent record. I do also have an address and an email address both mapped as well. So in order to track the petitions, I am working with the action paid destination. That is not a destination included in the basic package for Salsa Engage customers. So if you choose not to add actions, you could add this information somewhere else that you do have access to, such as a constituent attribute, a constituent appeal, or a constituent note. But I wanted to show how it could look within an action. So I'm going to spend the majority of our time today showing you what that action looks like. So you can see here that we have several areas to work with in our actions. Once we've added an action, we can also add an action attribute, an action notepad, or if you have the solicitor destination, you could link a solicitor to that action as well. I did not choose to link a solicitor today, but that is a possibility. So let's open up that action. So what I've done for our action, I've linked my activity date from all of the API fields that I have available to show that action date. I have chosen my action category as advocacy. You would be able to pick whichever of those makes the most sense for you, of course. I've worked with my completed date and I've checked the box here as a default value to mark that all of these are completed petitions. I have added the activity type here, so I've worked with that. I've got a data transformation here just to make sure that if there were new entries in that file or in that data source that aren't already in my file, my drop-down, for activity types, this is going to add those into Razor's Edge. So let's go ahead and save that action and take a quick look at the action notepad that I've generated as well. So I wanted to be able to track what the petition was. So here, let me make this just a bit bigger. You can see that I've added the activity form name to the notes. I have the activity date as the date. I've made my description Salsa Petition information. I have used my activity ID as the title. And again, I have that activity type as my note type. We could also add an action attribute if we wanted to. We can work with any of the action or any of our attributes. So if we wanted to add our salsa form name, we could do that here. Oops, select that date instead. We can add the form name. And if we wanted to put the form ID in the comments, we could do that as well. So let's go ahead and add a mapping name there. So that's how we can work with this petition information if we're using the action destination in Importacular. I hope that this has been helpful, and thank you so much for your time.